guys and gals. Never hear from Drakewing Game, and some of you know on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of After Class, Anders Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you were up, and let's go. There we go. A hidden revelation. Hey, look at this! Daring to open your eyes, you saw Mark holding a weathered picture. The image was completely unrecognizable. Funny how the elements could ruin something meant to be permanent, huh? Yeah. Taking deep breaths, you found that you were able to steady yourself. The splitting pain in your head started to fade, not unlike a bad cramp when it was done seizing your muscles. But the ache was sure to persist for the rest of the day, along with your desire to learn more about what you just remembered. I wonder what picture it had. Probably something boring. Mark tossed it back onto the desk he supposedly picked it up from. The clacking sound the frame made echoed through the shack as if it were completely hollow. What are you doing? That's aged and delicate, I think. Actually, it looks more like it got burned. The metal frame is still fine. The picture is a lost cause. It's nothing to fuss over. How you feeling? Head hurts. More specifically, Mark, do I know you from somewhere? Maybe, maybe not. Please just tell me. I don't want you to pass out. This isn't me joking. That kind of thing is serious. I'll be fine. Are you sure? Yes. Take a look at this. Mark reaches into... Well, no, he takes a hand out of his hoodie pocket and pulls out an ornate pocket watch. Instantly, you see a resemblance to... My pendant! It almost looks like they... Hesitation and curiosity grapple with each other in your mind until the latter one. Fit together? Well, yes, I was thinking the same thing. Mark flipped it over and over, leading you to marvel at its metal and how it sloped around his fingers with each turn. The way it caught the light was mesmerizing in a way you couldn't express. Unfortunately, I don't know much about it. I just know someone told me to hold on to it, and I imagine the same is true of you and your pendant. But these two things mean that. Not only did we know each other, but we were holding keepsakes of that time together. Maybe. I think that's what it is, anyway. Holy shit. The weight of your pendant around your neck seemed heavier. So then, do you remember me from back then? Vaguely. I think we played together as kids or something. It's been so long that I've forgotten most of it myself. But that's huge! I can't believe you didn't tell me! You didn't ask! Oh, fuck off! No matter how irritated you were at having to wait for this revelation, it finally happened. You were too giddy to be genuinely upset with him. Creak. And the weakness of the wood that supported your weight brought you back to reality. Maybe we can talk about it more outside. Not really. We need to head back for a second period. Plus, I've told you everything I can anyway. Fine. Thanks, Mark. I really am dying to know more, though. Sucks to be you, then. Despite what he said, you caught him glancing back at the shack. The Shake Shack. I'll have to take another look around there later. Seems like someone was rummaging around there before we got here. Really? I guess it did seem weirdly chaotic. Yeah, it wasn't always that messy. Last time I came here with Anders, and it was at least easier to walk around. That's scary, especially with all the talk of stalkers and stuff. True, but that's for later. Let's head back. Alrighty. We are going to talk about stalkers later, okay. Don't forget to play Stalker 2. Alrighty. It wasn't an option I was giving you. What were you going to skip class? If I said, let's goof off? No, of course not. Only you would do that. I take my attendance very seriously, I'll have you know. Why do I find that hard to believe? Because you're holding misconceptions about me. How dare you? I'm hurt. I am hurt, Walter. You sound more like you're teasing me. What gave it away? Ah! Heh. Hey, it's Thornton and that new guy. Don't they hang out with Dixon a lot? Oh, how about you go ask them yourself? No way, I'm not messing with Dixon or any of the Thorntons. Good, saves me the trouble. Now would you shut your trap already? The two students seemed still after that. They're still at it, and now they're bringing us into the mix. They must be really bored. Oh well, their problem. You know where your class is? 1 second, I'll just check my planner. It's right there. He looked up. Mark was pointing at the other side of the hallway. You just wanted me to look silly, didn't you? I don't need to make you look that way. Aren't you curious how I knew that, though? Actually, yeah, how did... Your phone was sitting out at lunch. I had a screenshot of your planner as a notification on the lock screen. Mark then handed your phone back to you. I forgot I did that this morning. I need to swipe that off. and to keep better tabs on my phone. Already done for the first one, and no, Anders hasn't responded to you yet. Are you teasing me, or are you my personal assistant? That's gratitude for you. I can't win with you. I can't with you. Thank you for gracing me with your invaluable manner, oh Mark. Truly, I am lost without you. That's more like it. I have things to do after class, so I'll see you tomorrow. That's what he's up to. Oh, what kind of things? Mark things. Oh boy. How are they different from Walter things? A good question. One that will go without an answer. I knew it. See you tomorrow. For ya. Smug as ever, he walked away, leaving you alone. It was of no concern on a normal day, but this felt different. Walking into your second period class gave you a feeling of foreboding that refused to give way to anything more agreeable. As to why that was as plain as can be. Yeah, there he is. He's friends with that Anders guy. So, you've just been watching those two whenever you come to school? Maybe you're the weird one. I can't help it. It's weird how they get along so suddenly. You think he's related to why the guy ran out earlier? Normally you're proud of your hearing, but all it did today was inconvenience you. All these people, and none of them had the decency to at least whisper. And unlike Mark, you didn't have the nerve to tell them to stop. Finding no other option, you sat as far away from them as you could and hid your face. At least the teacher hadn't arrived yet, so you could mope all you wanted. It's high school all over again. The golden child of Farfetch. They really called me that in earshot with no guilt or shame, just anxiety. Memories of people keeping you at arm's length due to your family name compelled you to sink deeper into your seat. Things like people being disposed if they'd inconvenience you, or grades being fixed. Nonsense like that followed you all through your high school career. As a result, your classmates and even your teachers seemed to treat you like a glass object that could break at any moment. No matter where you went, you seemed fated to have people infantilize you, and for the worst reason. And this was remarkably similar. Whenever these people mentioned Anders, they seemed to display different flavors of fear. With you being associated with him, it really did feel like history repeating itself. If this doesn't stop by tomorrow, I might actually skip school. This shit sucks. Miss Liz and Mark popped into your head as if to dissuade you from listening to them. All that's left to do is take care of yourself. You really shouldn't think about that stuff. Well, it's hard when people are staring at me. With sharpness and venom, you gave a piercing glare at the gossipers. They quickly turned away. That probably didn't help. Oh well, whatever. So long as they don't talk to me like they're walking on eggshells, I don't really care. How bitter that your dedication to de-stress on Tuesday after your experiences on Sunday and Monday seemed to be crumbling with a walk down memory lane. Hang on, that stress I was dealing with. Maybe that experience in high school played into it. The feeling of being isolated and confused, having to find answers when none were provided. There were similarities there. But your new friends didn't treat you like a child, or, well, not any seriousness. I guess Coach Gill was right. It's a accumulation of a lot of different things. With that, you were left with nothing to do but to try and ignore what your noisier classmates were spreading around. The thing was, you couldn't help but notice they knew things about him which you didn't. In spite of yourself, your curiosity was piqued. So what were you going to do? Ask Anders about it later. Actually, why listen to these random people when I can go straight to the source? Maybe he won't tell me, but at least I won't be misled by misinformation. Satisfied with your decision, you browsed the internet on your phone until the teacher finally showed up to start class. Apologies, everyone. I had to deal with some gossiping students on the way here, and it took longer than expected. Thankfully, today's lecture will be short as we're just doing an overview. The teacher then gave you what had to be the most boring lecture of your entire life. You struggled not to fall asleep the whole time. After what felt like days, you were finally released from the class and allowed to go home. From anxious to bored, today's been a real piece of work. A man and a motorcycle. A motorcycle. I can only imagine what Anders is dealing with, though. Even so, the suspicious glances your way had brought to mind the trespasser from last Friday again, as if you needed more to worry about. I really hope that new security system is good. Bored had flipped back to anxious in due course. Now you had to find a way to calm down, lest you waste the efforts of those who cared about you and your determination to care for yourself. Walter, you don't look so good. Mr. Parker, hello! And, well, you're right, I'm not. I wish I had the right words to cheer you up, but I'm not doing great myself. But maybe walking together outside might help a little. Sure. What's wrong, though? You first. What is he, 9 years old? Something happened with Anders and he ran off earlier. I'm worried about him, and people are spreading rumors on top of that. So that's why he's coming up in the teacher's lounge again. Really? My second period teacher said he was dealing with gossip, too. Yep, usually we don't bother, but when it's so widespread, it can get out of hand. As for Anders, I know he's a tough guy. He'll bounce back, I'm sure of it. I hope so. Okay, your turn. Why do you sound so peppy about that? Okay, give me a sec. Mr. Parker, in fact, took the entire walk to the gate to finally say something. Ugh, I'm making this difficult for myself. Suffice to say, I have a very important meeting tomorrow and I'm anxious about it. Oof, hang in there. Thank you, Walter. I just wish things would be easier. I can't even muster a laugh at that one. Too close to home. True enough. Well, fancy seeing you again. Must have been over a week, and hey there, Teach. Oh. As if out of thin air, the kind and handsome Wilfred showed up on the street in front of you, straddling a motorcycle, which was quite loud and difficult to miss. Perhaps you needed to admit to yourself just how oblivious you could be at times. Hey, Wilfred! It's nice to see you again. Ah, I remember you now. Hello to you too. You only just remembered me? Wow, I'm hurt. Ah, it's not like that. Relax, I'm just kidding. You can't remember every handsome guy you meet, yeah? But yeah, let's just say I definitely remembered you two right away. Shucks. Cute. You really shouldn't flirt with the teacher, Wilfred. Oh, don't misunderstand. I'm just stating a fact. No bad intentions here. It's just like appreciating a fine work of art. I guess that's fine. Wow, I think it's sheer force of will keeping Mr. Parker from blushing. I'm just about there myself. Alright, I had my fun, Walter. I can't help noticing you look especially tense. Tense? Before I came along, that is. And the streets may not be as safe as they used to be. If you'd feel safer, I can give you a ride home, and then I'll go on my way, no strings attached. What do you say? Let me think about it. Sure, but I can't stay forever. I nearly offered to come along, but there's no way I'd fit on that thing even by myself. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!